Inside John Cena's awesome car collection. John Cena has been a professional wrestler, actor and television personality for over 20 years. He is best known as the prototype, who captured the UPW title in 2000 before signing with Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW. His first match was against Joe Hennig on February 17, 2002, where he won by submission within just 1 hour. That same year, John made his debut appearance at WWE's SummerSlam event held at Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, USA from August 29 to September 6. 2005 Ford GT. The Ford GT40 is one of the most legendary race cars in history, with its victory at Le Mans. After being thrust back into a spotlight thanks to this movie about their rivalry with Ferrari, it's no surprise that they didn't give up on creating an amazing supercar version for those who want all that heritage without giving any quarter when street racing against other high-end machines like Lamborghinis or Porsches. It turns out there were 2 new models made by them. The first was called Cena, which means go, which we got our hands onto 6 years ago. It doesn't look quite as good now after 5 years. 2017 Ford GT. After 24 months of ownership, Cena arranged for his car to be shipped overseas and sold it. He did this despite being contractually obligated not to because he saw an opportunity that others might miss out on if they didn't act now, while there was still time left in the window before rights expired and Ford knew about it. The new owner had no say so once got their hands on a copy of the application, as it's called, filled out honestly. But even with all these legal binds broken, in 2016 Ford released another chapter in GT history by building us race cars meant only temporary use, then making them street-viable vehicles through customization options available after purchase, such as adding carbon fiber parts or Alcantara seating surfaces. Corvette InCENArator. The most incredible custom car in the world, made by John Cena. It's not just a regular Corvette with some flames on it. Instead of having 8 exhaust pipes like other cars do, his has 8 flame-shooting ones that make this beast emit an alien sound when driven past another vehicle or person at high speeds. This bad boy would put on quite the show thanks to its amazing design and engineering skills from such a well-known celebrity as him, John. 2009 Corvette ZR1. When the C6 Corvette came out, its image had been slipping. While the last car to be reviewed was mediocre at best in terms of quality and performance, this newest model picked up where it left off with an improved exterior design, as well as faster acceleration times due to a more powerful engine that also gets better fuel efficiency than ever before. Owners may not have loved everything about their 2009 ZR1's, plastic body construction being one, but regardless they can't deny just how much power you get for your money when driving around town or hitting high speeds on open roads, making this affordable sports car stand above many others on today's market. 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird. The Plymouth Superbird is one of, if not the most unique muscle cars ever made. With its giant wing and extended nose, this model was essentially a road-legal NASCAR racer. 50 years later these beasts are living legends like John Cena himself, who can be seen in many different commercials for WWE, or as their own personal car on TV shows where they drive around fancy big houses, showing off how fast it goes without hitting anything else than just being cool. 2007 Ferrari F430 Spider. The man who is passionate about cars has bought his very own F430 for the ultimate driving experience. The car includes a manual shifter and comes with all kinds of cool features that make you feel like James Bond on any given day. The famous sports car collector doesn't just buy American muscle or high-end European luxury models, but also something more than what most people can afford: an awesome expensive sports GT vehicle made by Ferrari, called Ferrari 43 Model Cell V8 Quattrovalvole. Not only does John Cena treat himself well, he feels it's important to give something back through charity events such as sponsored drives, which help raise money towards causes near and dear so many Americans care. 2009 Lamborghini Gallardo LP 564. When the Lamborghini Gallardo was released, it not only set a new standard for performance, but also heralded in an era of success. This unique car combines high-performance hardware with incredible reliability, which has made this vehicle one that will never be forgotten by enthusiasts around the world. Recently sold from its collection after being proudly displayed at Cena's home museum, we hope you can find another green machine as impressive. 1966 Dodge Charger Hemi 426. There's no doubt about it, this is one mean machine. The Hemi Charger in Cena's collection has an optional 426 Hemi V8 engine with over 420 horsepower. That was unheard of back when these cars were new, but now they're becoming rather collectible because people know how awesome they really are. A truly amazing first-generation classic muscle car that any collector would be proud to own. Buy yours today. 1969 Chevrolet COPO Camaro. The Chevrolet Camaro sure is a special car. Not only did it rank among the greatest muscle cars of all time, with more than 50 years worth production, and still going strong as an icon for Chevy fans everywhere, but this 1969 COPO version was also one hell of a competitor in drag racing circles. It wasn't sold just to meet NHRA competition standards, it had been built specifically for that purpose by racers like John Cena himself, so it makes sense why he's such a diehard fanboy when you see him cruise around town or hit up race weekends on his downtime. 2006 Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper is a machine that prioritizes power over all else. With an absolutely massive V10 and no-nonsense driving experience, that definitely isn't for the faint of heart. It's easy to see why someone like John Cena would love such a beastly vehicle. 2006 was pretty great too, considering how unrefined previous generations were, but with this latest model in circulation now, you can bet your bottom dollar there won't be any room left on Earth reserved only for them. 1970 AMC Rebel The Machine. You might think that John Cena is all about power, but when it comes down to his automotive taste, he needs more than just torque. His cars have to offer a unique experience and uncompromising performance with the perfect balance of both qualities as well. The Rebel Machine does this exactly, providing drivers up 430 pounds-foot and twist for their driving session, while also paying homage American Motors Corporation, AMC. 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. The Cougar Eliminator is a muscle car with the power and luxury of a Mustang. With 300 HP, all factory options checked off, including sound system delete option for those who want their own personal soundscape when driving on roads or drag strips alike. Makes sense why this would be perfect addition to Cena's collection. 1971 AMC Hornet South Carolina 360. The idea of a fast car, capable of competing with all the latest and greatest performance cars, while also being practical and cheap to own, is not as uncommon today. But back in 1970s there weren't many options within this class until AMC came up with their Hornet South Carolina 360 model. This sleek-looking muscle sedan offers 245 horsepower trade alone, but maintains under-the-radar type looks thanks its packaging that only includes basic engine components needed by drivers who want an easy driving experience at any time they choose without having too much worry about insurance rates going higher. Do key features. 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass Rally 350. The year is 1970, and muscle cars are all the rage in America. But what do you when your customers want power without financial constraints? If it's Oldsmobile that answers this question with their Cutlass Rally 350 model series of automobiles released during this period, then they've answered quite well. The 310 horsepower engine ensures drivers will feel like royalty on roadways while also being able to drive cross-country at high speeds thanks its refined handling characteristics, which were designed specifically for today's driver experience needs. The flashy yellow paint scheme looks great against winter's nights or summer days alike. 1989 Jeep Wrangler. John Cena has always been a fan of the great outdoors, and Jeep Wranglers are no exception. This 1989 model was purchased with his first WWE contract, which he paid off just 2 years later in 2001, after using it for many trips around town during training sessions at home before heading out on tour. Even when Mr. IF World Champion finds himself surrounded by dream machines that would make any motorsports enthusiast drool froth themselves, this dependable little car still serves its purpose well enough as reliable transportation to take us all where we need go together. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.